If Jay-Z would have did a song with Ja Rule,
he would have got it like everybody else. He stayed clear of that motherfucker. Like, look, you think, let me tell you something, understand what the difference is between
if Jay-Z would have jumped on the track with Ja, you would have won at Jay? Honestly.
Who you think Jay-Z is?
Thing of it is, I do know that you've never been a person that pick and choose battles like you know, but some people do.
Find nothing that will make me afraid of the situation now because I have the resources. Grew up at the price of life is cheap. So you got the bag, it's gonna happen. Or you think I won't drop the bag? That's what you think?
Nah, look, hey.
You got to be kidding me. Like, that's the easiest thing in the world.
I'm just asking.
And then you say, and you got to get, and I got the team. It's stronger than linebackers. My lawyers got a crew.
I got a
front line stronger than that.
Once you punch me in my mouth, I'm gonna get my man, Terrence, K.O. Lewis, I'm gonna get him to punch me in my mouth. Because then I want to get double the money.
And I'm gonna take the same kind of money that you would get and get it to the homie. And go shoot you, Cap. Couple times, man. A lot about you, man. I
thought you were scared to come check me.
No, I was kind of feeling like he was mad at me. He said it was my fault in New York City, all of New York City. I've never had beef. Look, in the history of me being in hip-hop, being competitive with artists and different things, you've never heard me have beef with a DJ.
Okay.
Or any station.
And the music was so big and you were so successful and so many hits upon so many hits that other artists wouldn't work with you and you wouldn't work with other artists. So it made it so it wasn't a collective. It was a division.
Yeah. I couldn't even get a deal in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
My deal was with Eminem from Detroit, Dr. Dre from the West Coast.
Right.
Because they were going, no, we like real. We want the real, but wait. Because they were going, no, we like real. We want the real, but wait. Yours is too real.
And you had been blackballed, though. You had been blackballed.
Like it is what it is. So it's like, there was no deal. There was nothing there for me. Like,
I was going to have some real issues in my life because, you know, I'm a square. I work 9 to 5. Been in radio 20 years. I ain't really done nothing else. I'm not one of these street dudes. When Jimmy Henchman came to ask me about Gorilla Black, I was like, no, sir.
Jimmy's a rat, man. Jimmy's a cold stone rat.
Don't bring us into that, man.
Yo, look. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Why'd you take that off?
Because you don't.
Why'd you take that apart? Then too. They just had Al Sharpton in the paper.
No, but see, the difference is Al Sharpton's supposed to tell on the mob. He's supposed to. He's a reverend. He's supposed to tell.
Explain this to me, bro. Why is your reverend a rat?
Mine.
Meeting with the mob.
Why is your reverend in the meeting with the mob? Explain it, bro. Since you want to do that.
I don't know. We don't know.
One interviewer got ambushed on live radio after talking reckless. Another got trolled for 3 straight years for comparing 50 to a cartoon villain. And 2 separate interviewers got the same treatment. 50 yanked his mic and walked out. These are the 10 times interviewers learned the hard way that asking dumb questions around Curtis Jackson comes with consequences. Number 10, Stephen Colbert pocket watching. In September 2024, 50 sat down on The Late Show, and Steve Colbert came out swinging within the first 2 minutes, asking whether the $3.5 million in cash from his Hollywood Reporter cover shoot was actually real. 50 said he took inspiration from Muhammad Ali's famous photo with a pile of money and brought the real thing to match the energy. Colbert pushed back, said he could have used Photoshop, accused him of flexing on his haters. That's when 50 caught him. He called Colbert out for pretending to be modest when he's been hosting a network late show for years and doing just fine himself. Said Colbert was posturing so his relatives wouldn't come asking for money. Colbert tried to play humble. 50 kept poking. The whole exchange was 50 turning a compliment into a roast without breaking his composure once. Number 9, Tim Westwood's walkout. In 2009, Tim Westwood spent an entire interview trying to get under 50's skin. He opened by calling 50 disrespectful, then pivoted to pressing him about Rick Ross's baby mama tape, accused 50 of financing it. 50 denied knowing about it until someone brought it to him, said he just reposted it once it landed in his hands. Tim didn't stop. He started asking about 50 getting with Joe Budden's ex, asking about his butler, asking why all his baby mamas were broke. 50 fielded most of it calmly. Then Tim made the mistake of asking why none of his baby mamas had been made millionaires, using Nas as the example of someone who did right by his. 50 had heard enough. He shut the interview down on the spot. No aggression, no raised voice. He just stopped the conversation and walked away. That restraint made the moment hit harder than any explosion would have. Number 8. Speedy Mormon, Complex 2020. 50 came in to talk about his show For Life and things started smooth. Then Speedy brought up French Montana. 50 made it clear he had no interest in talking about it. Said there wasn't much going on and he didn't care about the situation. Speedy kept pushing anyway, asking about a rumor that 50 had punched French in Miami. 50 called cap on the whole thing. Then Speedy said he wouldn't put it past him. That was the line. 50 pulled off his mic and walked out mid-interview. The clip went viral immediately. What made it land differently than most walkouts was the calm. 50 wasn't screaming or flipping tables. He just got up, took the mic off, and left, the way a man leaves a meeting that stopped being worth his time. Number 7, Q from World Star on Hot 97. In 2011, Q, the founder of World Star Hip Hop, went on Angie Martinez's show to clear up rumors that 50 had crashed the website. He wanted to get his version out there on his own terms. He didn't know 50 was already on the line, listening to every word. The moment Q got connected, 50 tore into him before he could get a full sentence out, called him a sucker, told him he knew he was a punk, reminded him he'd been on 50's tour bus in 2003. Q tried to defend himself, said he'd always had 50's back. That only made 50 turn up more. He told Q he was nowhere near his caliber, threatened to black his eye, and warned him to stop playing. Q tried to make peace by inviting him to the office for a one-on-one. 50 wasn't interested in talking on the radio. He was interested in the point being made in front of the audience that was already listening. He made it. Number 6. Drink Champs and the Diddy warning. In 2020, 50 sat down on Drink Champs for a wide-ranging conversation, and about an hour in, Diddy came up. 50 didn't hesitate. He described a moment at a mutual friend's event where Diddy suggested he take 50 shopping. Said it made him immediately uncomfortable, and he got away from him fast. He started calling Diddy out on air, said he always moved weirdly around other men, said the pictures and stories had been there for anyone paying attention. The hosts were laughing, but 50 wasn't joking. He said the truth was going to come out sooner or later about what Diddy had been doing. That interview aired in 2020. The FBI raided Diddy's homes in 2024. 4 years before the whole world caught up, 50 was on a podcast saying it out loud. He was right. Number 5, Wendy Williams, 3 years of smoke. In 2017, 50 announced he was throwing a child support release party after his son turned 21. He later apologized for being insensitive. Wendy Williams went on her show and used that to attack him, compared his parenting to Diddy, accused him of burning down his baby mama's house, called him too old to be moving like that. 50 responded immediately on Instagram, posted her bikini photo, called her ugly, said her husband deserved a side chick for marrying her, and put up a side-by-side of Wendy and Ron Perlman from Beauty and the Beast. Wendy didn't respond. 2 years later, when she relapsed publicly, 50 posted again, called her a crackhead, told her not to speak to him. Then he posted video of her getting escorted out of his tycoon pool party after she tried to sneak in. They briefly squashed it in 2020. It lasted a few months before 50 went right back. He never needed her to respond to keep going. Number 4, DJ Cosmic Kev and the Price of Life. At Power 99 in 2014, Kev was pressing 50 on whether he'd really go at Jay-Z if Jay had worked with Ja Rule during the beef. 50 said anyone could get it. Kev pushed harder, basically calling cap. 50 said all it takes is dropping a bag. That where he grew up, the price of a life is cheap, and if you've got the money, it happens. Kev, trying to stay tough, said if 50 tried anything with him, he'd snitch and sue for double the money. 50 responded with one of the coldest lines in interview history, said he'd take that same settlement money and give it to his people to come back and finish the job. Kev stopped pushing after that. The interview was technically still going, but it was effectively over the moment those words left 50's mouth. Number 3, Oprah at grandmother's house. Their beef went back to 2006 when 50 called Oprah out for catering to middle-aged white women instead of the black community. Oprah fired back, called out rappers for misogynistic lyrics. They traded shots for years. Then in 2012, Oprah pulled up to his grandmother's house for a sit-down, clearly trying to make peace while holding him accountable at the same time. She asked about his shooting, tried to soften the room. 50 answered calmly and then told her the man who shot him was dead, and the man who paid for it was serving life. Same energy, no drama. When Oprah pointed out he'd named his dog after her, 50 said he was just trying to find a way to like her. Then revealed he'd named his cat Gail, after Oprah's best friend. Said he was just looking for cute pet names. Oprah couldn't fully hide that she wasn't amused. 50 smiled through the whole thing. He was a guest in his own grandmother's house, making Oprah uncomfortable. Number 2, Ebro. Hot 97, 3 rounds. Round 1 was 2014. Ebro blamed 50 for killing New York hip-hop's unity. 50 flipped it. Said he couldn't even get signed in New York, that his deal came from Eminem in Detroit and Dr. Dre on the West Coast because New York blackballed him for being too real. Then Ebro brought up Jimmy Henchman. 50 called Jimmy a rat on air and told everyone to stop associating him with that name. Round 2 was 2017. 50 was back promoting 50 Central. And Ebro was still on the same angle, said 50 was always beefing with everybody, killing the city's momentum. 50 turned it back on Ebro directly. Said as program director, he didn't play the new artists' records, and that was the real reason the scene died. Round 3 was 2018. Ebro spread a rumor about 50 getting banned from Summer Jam for snatching a chain. 50 called him a sucker on Twitter, denied it happened, and co-signed Power 105 publicly to finish the job. 3 separate rounds. Ebro started every single one. 50 ended every single one. Number 1, the French Montana double walkout. 50 ended 2 different interviews over French Montana in the same era. First was a 2012 XXXL phone interview. The interviewer had been going through 50's various beefs, and everything was fine until he brought up French. 50 told him not to mention rappers who hadn't sold records like him. The interviewer kept trying to explain why he asked. 50 hung up. The interview was never released. The second was the 2020 Complex sit-down with Speedy Mormon. Same scenario, same trigger, same result. Mic off, walkout, clip viral within hours. Most artists have one walkout moment. 50 walked out over the same person twice, years apart, same calm energy both times. He wasn't angry. He was making a point about who deserves to be in the conversation and who doesn't. French Montana apparently didn't qualify. Twice. That is the full list. Drop a comment. Which moment was the coldest? And which interviewer do you think is brave enough to try 50 again?